Hi everybody, welcome to week 3 and module 3. This is the week that you will also be working on your intercultural competency assignment for general education assessment. So this week we're looking at basically theories of leadership from the past. So you may or may not have seen some of these before. So again, for this week, you're going to do the reading, take the quiz. Reminder, this is an open book quiz. Some of the questions I have to grade individually, so just wait and I will grade those. Discussion board, you should try to get your initial posting up by Wednesday so that others have time to respond by Sunday. And then the 2 assignments along with your intercultural competency assignment. So the quiz, again, open book. Everybody should be getting hundreds and you're not. So first assignment. So here we're focusing on chapter 3. So read the case study at the end of the chapter, A Dream Denied, and use 2 of the following theories from the chapter to analyze the case. So you can choose. These are all different contingency theories of leadership that say, well, the best leadership style depends. What's different is the leadership styles you can choose from, and then the factors in the environment, whether it's the individual, the situation, the training, the motivation, how favorable the environment is for the leader, what kind of decision you have to make. So pick 2 of those to use to analyze. So how would you characterize the leader's approach according to the 2 different theories? So use the specific language from the theories that you chose. What approach do you think is correct for the situation if you were using that specific theory? And then suggest how Brooks might modify his leadership style and or aspects of the situation, because again, these are contingency theories, if he wants to be in that position in 2 years. Okay, so this is the written assignment. This is just for me. The discussion this week, put it into practice. So a couple of you have asked me about where do I find put it into practice. Every chapter has at least 1 or 2 of these boxes that say put it into practice, and it tells you to go, do something or write something or think something. So that's what I'm talking about here. So we'll do one of those for every module, and the idea is that putting these concepts into practice is what really matters. Just knowing the theories and knowing about leadership is not going to help you. Being able to translate that knowledge into behavior, that you try something, works, doesn't work, try something else, try it again, and the practice of that leadership skill is what matters. So put it into practice. You'll have in every module. Here's the discussion board. Okay, so here we're going to be looking at crisis, organizational crisis, and a leader's actions during crisis. So search for an example of an organization crisis that's been in the news that you can find information about the leader. So here's an example of a concert that did not go well, and the leader and the leader's behavior. So describe the crisis situation. So basically you're going to be doing a search, you're going to find out about a crisis, and you're going to share it with others. Where did you get it? Evaluate the actions of the leaders in terms of this specific section 2.5, leadership traits during a crisis. Communication, projecting calm, showing compassion and concern, reducing uncertainty, and build trust. Okay, so evaluate the leader in terms of those traits of leaders, and then post your response and respond to at least 2 other posts for full credit. Here, some information. Leading with strengths is another approach. Some videos about the leadership grid, leader member exchange, Hersey and Blanchard. So some of you might prefer to watch a video instead of reading. So I tried to find a video for each of these. There's the last one, Path Goal Theory. Chapter slides from both of those chapters. Okay, so I posted a video yesterday with instructions for this assignment, and I'll just briefly touch on it here as well. So this project assesses both quantitative literacy and intercultural competence, both of which are program learning outcomes of general education at the Citadel, and Leaders 371 is the class where everybody gets assessed on these two, and then there's another assignment for a third outcome. So in this situation, you are leading a team. You've got a new team member coming on board, and you're working in a multinational task force. So people are coming from different countries that have different country cultures. So you're getting a new team member from a country that you choose. So in my example, I chose France because I went to France in May. So you choose any country. You need to make the team work together effectively over 12 months. You want to be sure that everybody feels included and that you're a good leader. Okay, so Module 1 had a summary and information about the Hofstede's dimensions of culture. You're assigned, the textbook has a section on diversity in general. So here are the instructions. First, you do the quantitative literacy. So here's a data sheet to fill out. Here's a website where you can find out where the U.S. and the country you chose fall on the different dimensions. So you need to do some calculations. So get out your calculator, calculate each member's score, you calculate your own score, you come up with your own score, you calculate your team members' scores, and then you're going to have to graph. So I gave you an example of a graph and what the table looks like that turned into a different graph, and then you submit both of those into Canvas. The due date right now is set for next Sunday, and then you will eventually have to upload to TaskStream. So that's kind of a separate milestone. So if you don't get into TaskStream right now, that's fine. Okay, so look for the video that I posted on filling out that data sheet. So the second part is more about intercultural competency. So now you're looking at what are the differences between the cultures that we're dealing with, the individuals on our team, the average team score, and basically analyze what do you do with that. So if you want to be an effective leader and you know about, you know about the cultures of your team members, what can you do to try to be most effective? And then there's a template for you to just type your answers into, and then you'll upload that template into Canvas and eventually put it into TaskStream. So it's a lot for this week. Please feel free to send me questions as you have them about the ICC assignment. I will be sending you in a personal email to your Citadel email account the team data set that you'll be working with. Have a good week.